Welcome, dear listeners, to another captivating episode of History with Herodotus, where we delve into the fascinating tales of our collective past. Today, we embark on a journey through the storied streets of Copenhagen, a city whose history is as rich and intricate as the canals that crisscross its landscape. As we explore the origins of Copenhagen through history, let us first set the stage for this enchanting tale. Copenhagen, the capital of Denmark, has been a beacon of culture, commerce, and innovation for centuries. Its strategic location on the Øresund Strait, connecting the Baltic Sea to the North Sea, has made it a hub of maritime trade and exploration since the Viking Age. The city's unique position allowed it to control the flow of goods between the two seas, making it an attractive spot for merchants and traders. As we begin our narrative, let us transport ourselves to the earliest days of Copenhagen's history, a time when the seeds of this great city were sown. In the 12th century, specifically around 1167, a small fishing village named Haven, or Harbor, emerged on the eastern coast of the Zealand island, near the present-day location of Kongens Nytorv. This humble settlement was nestled between the sea and the fertile valleys of the Øresund region, providing an ideal environment for trade and commerce to flourish. The village's proximity to the royal court in Roskilde also ensured that it would remain a hub of political and economic activity. As we explore the historical context of Copenhagen's emergence, we find that the 12th century was a time of great change and upheaval in the region. The Viking Age had come to an end, and the Danish kingdom was consolidating its power under the rule of King Valdemar I, also known as Valdemar the Great. The king's efforts to strengthen the Danish monarchy and establish trade relationships with other European countries created a fertile ground for the growth of cities like Copenhagen. One of the key figures involved in the development of Copenhagen was Bishop Absalon, a powerful and influential cleric who served as the Bishop of Roskilde from 1158 to 1191. Absalon played a significant role in shaping the city's early history, and his legacy can still be seen in the many landmarks and institutions that bear his name. In 1167, Absalon founded a fortress on the small island of Slotsholmen, which would later become the site of the famous Copenhagen Castle. The city's relationship with the Hanseatic League, a powerful trading federation that dominated the Baltic Sea region during the Middle Ages, also had a profound impact on its development. The League's merchants played a significant role in shaping the city's economy, and their influence can still be seen in the city's architecture and cultural heritage. The League's trade routes and networks helped to establish Copenhagen as a major commercial center, connecting it to other cities and towns across Europe. As we delve deeper into the early history of Copenhagen, we find that the city's growth was also influenced by its strategic location on the Øresund Strait. The strait, which connects the Baltic Sea to the North Sea, has long been an important trade route, and Copenhagen's position at its entrance made it a crucial hub for maritime commerce. The city's harbor, which was established in the 12th century, quickly became one of the busiest in the region, with merchants and traders coming from all over Europe to buy and sell goods. As we conclude our examination of the earliest history of Copenhagen through history, we find ourselves on the cusp of a new era, one that would see the city grow into a thriving metropolis, filled with grand architecture, vibrant culture, and a spirit of innovation. The seeds sown by Bishop Absalon and other early settlers would bear fruit in the centuries to come, as Copenhagen became a beacon of progress and enlightenment, shining brightly for all to see. Join me next as we venture into a most pivotal period in Copenhagen's history, a time of great flourishing and transformation, when the city would become a major player on the European stage, and its people would make significant contributions to the arts, sciences, and politics. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, as we continue our journey through the captivating tale of Copenhagen's history. As we enter the 17th and 18th centuries, Copenhagen is undergoing a profound metamorphosis. The city is rapidly expanding, with new buildings, canals, and infrastructure being constructed to accommodate its growing population. The harbor, which has long been the lifeblood of the city's economy, is bustling with activity as merchants and traders from all over Europe come to buy and sell goods. The sound of hammering on metal, the smell of freshly baked bread, and the sight of colorful market stalls all contribute to a vibrant atmosphere that is quintessentially Copenhagen. One of the key figures responsible for Copenhagen's transformation during this period is King Christian IV, who ruled Denmark from 1588 to 1648. Christian IV was a visionary leader who recognized the potential of Copenhagen as a major commercial center and set about transforming the city into a thriving metropolis. He established new trade routes, encouraged immigration, and invested heavily in the city's infrastructure, including the construction of the famous Nyhavn harbor. Nyhavn, which translates to New Harbor in English, was a masterpiece of urban planning, designed to accommodate the growing number of ships that were arriving in Copenhagen. The harbor was built with a series of canals and quays, which allowed merchants to unload their goods directly onto the docks. The area quickly became a hub of commercial activity, with warehouses, shops, and taverns springing up to cater to the needs of sailors and traders. As Copenhagen's economy continued to grow, so too did its cultural scene. The city became a center of learning and intellectual inquiry, attracting scholars and scientists from all over Europe. The University of Copenhagen, which was founded in 1479, was a major hub of academic activity, with faculty members making significant contributions to fields such as astronomy, mathematics, and medicine. One of the most notable figures associated with the University of Copenhagen during this period is Tycho Brahe, a renowned astronomer who made groundbreaking observations about the movements of the planets. Brahe's work laid the foundation for later scientists, including Johannes Kepler and Isaac Newton, and helped to establish Copenhagen as a major center of scientific inquiry. In addition to its academic and commercial achievements, Copenhagen was also becoming a city of great beauty and architectural splendor. The construction of grand buildings such as the Rosenborg Castle and the Church of Our Savior reflected the city's growing wealth and status, while the establishment of public parks and gardens provided a peaceful oasis for citizens to relax and enjoy the outdoors. As we explore this pivotal period in Copenhagen's history, we find that the city is not only flourishing economically and culturally, but also playing an increasingly important role on the European stage. The Danish monarchy, under the leadership of King Frederik III, is asserting its influence through a series of strategic alliances and military campaigns, while the city's merchants and traders are establishing trade routes with countries as far afield as England, France, and Russia. The city's relationship with the Hanseatic League, which had been a dominant force in the region for centuries, was also undergoing significant changes during this period. As Copenhagen's economy grew, it began to challenge the League's dominance, leading to a series of tensions and conflicts that would ultimately contribute to the decline of the League's power. As we conclude our examination of this transformative period in Copenhagen's history, we find ourselves on the cusp of a new era, one that would see the city face new challenges and opportunities. The seeds sown by King Christian IV, Tycho Brahe, and other visionaries would continue to bear fruit, as Copenhagen established itself as a major player on the European stage, renowned for its beauty, culture, and intellectual curiosity. Join me next as we venture into the next chapter of Copenhagen's history, a time of great upheaval and change, when the city would face the challenges of war, occupation, and revolution, but emerge stronger and more resilient than ever before. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, as we continue our journey through the captivating tale of Copenhagen's history. As we enter the 19th century, Copenhagen is once again undergoing a significant transformation. The city is expanding rapidly, with new neighborhoods and suburbs being built to accommodate its growing population. However, this period of growth is also marked by great turmoil, as Denmark becomes embroiled in a series of conflicts that would test the city's resilience. One of the most significant events of this period is the Napoleonic Wars, which saw Copenhagen occupied by British forces in 1807. The occupation was a traumatic experience for the city, with many buildings and homes destroyed or damaged during the fighting. However, it also marked a turning point in Copenhagen's history, as the city began to assert its independence and develop a distinct national identity. The early 19th century also saw the emergence of a new generation of Danish thinkers and writers, who would play a significant role in shaping the city's cultural and intellectual landscape. Figures such as Søren Kierkegaard, Hans Christian Andersen, and Bertel Thorvaldsen made major contributions to fields such as philosophy, literature, and art, cementing Copenhagen's reputation as a center of creativity and innovation. As the 19th century progressed, Copenhagen continued to grow and develop, with new industries and technologies emerging. The city became a hub for shipbuilding and trade, with the harbor remaining one of the busiest in Europe. However, this growth also brought new challenges, including poverty, inequality, and social unrest. In response to these challenges, a new generation of Danish politicians and reformers emerged, who sought to address the social and economic problems facing the city. Figures such as Thorvald Stauning and Wilhelm Buhl played key roles in shaping Denmark's social democratic movement, which would have a profound impact on Copenhagen's development in the 20th century. As we explore this period of great upheaval and change, we find that Copenhagen is not only facing significant challenges, but also undergoing a profound transformation. The city is emerging as a confident, cosmopolitan metropolis, with a strong sense of national identity and a commitment to social justice. The seeds sown by the thinkers, writers, and politicians of this era would continue to bear fruit, as Copenhagen established itself as one of the most livable and sustainable cities in the world. As we conclude our examination of this pivotal period in Copenhagen's history, we find ourselves on the cusp of a new era, one that would see the city face new challenges and opportunities. The 20th century would bring its own set of trials, including 2 world wars and a period of occupation, but also unprecedented growth, prosperity, and cultural flowering. In the words of Søren Kierkegaard, the most painful state of being is remembering the future, especially the one you haven't yet had. As we look to the future, we can see that Copenhagen's story is far from over. The city continues to evolve and adapt, driven by its strong sense of community and its commitment to innovation and progress. Join me next time on History with Herodotus as we explore the next chapter in Copenhagen's fascinating history, a story that continues to unfold to this day. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember that to understand the present, we must first understand the past.